Okay, looking at number 59 on our homework number 3, skill 3 homework, sorry. Basically, the answers here could vary. The only objective was that you had to rewrite the problem where the angles showing up inside of the trig function were only dependent on theta. So the first thing that was happened is we wanted to think of 4 theta in a way that we could recognize it. So we thought of it as 2 times 2 theta. So this is double this angle. So we're using here the identity that sine of double an angle is 2 times sine of that angle times cosine of that angle. And when I use the words that angle in this sentence, that angle here is 2 theta. So you see 2 sine of 2 theta cosine of 2 theta. Now that's good, but you still don't have the objective, which was to rewrite the equation in terms of just theta. But now these are both things, sine 2 theta and cosine 2 theta, that can be replaced with an identity in terms of theta. So we're keeping the 2. And then you're replacing sine of 2 theta with an identity for the double angle. The only identity for that is 2 sine theta cosine theta. So we have our 2, we have that identity, and then we have cosine of 2 theta, which has 3 different identities. So one of them is cosine squared theta minus sine squared theta, which is what you see here. Another option would have been to replace the cosine of 2 theta with one of its other versions of its identity, which could have been 2 cosine squared theta minus 1. And then we could have dealt with that idea. Or a third option would have been to replace the cosine of 2 theta with 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. So any of these would have been fine, and then you can simplify from there. For these ones, you would take these types of terms and distribute them to each of these, or leave it in a semi-factored form like you see here. So there are actually multiple answers to this. You should get these ones at the beginning, but this third thing that we replace could be any of one of these identities because cosine 2 theta has multiple ways to write its identity.